it's Katana Collins. I am here today, and I was going to do a reading from my book ex-con, but then I started thinking that you guys would probably rather hear it read from a sexy dude, right? And I happen to be married to a very sexy dude. So, my husband, Sean Gordon Murphy, is going to do a reading from ex-con for me. And away we go. Here he is. Here's Sean.
Am I dressed okay? Should I show more chest hair?
Always. You should always show more chest hair. And to set up the scene a little bit, the main characters, Shane and Charlie, just finished a street race, and Charlie won. The girl won.
Charlie's a girl in your book?
Yeah.
Very cool.
Short for Charlize.
Okay. It's kind of a tomboy name, huh?
Yep, she's kind of a tomboy.
Very clever.
Thank you.
It's like you're a real writer or something.
You know what? Just read the damn book.
All right, I'm not a very good reader when it comes to reading out loud. And also, I don't read off of these things, so I assume I just swipe to turn the page?
Yes.
Okay.
Stop making excuses.
Is your book printed on paper, or is it...
No, it's just an ebook.
Okay, for now.
For now.
Is there going to be a lot of like boobs and sex and stuff in this scene?
No, there's not a lot of sex. There's some like tension and chemistry. Just read it. Just read it.
Chemistry. It's like the word moist.
All right, just.
All right. Can I laugh when I read this?
No.
Do I have to do voices?
Whatever your little heart desires.
I have a big heart.
Whatever your big heart desires.
Okay. Shane's Honda slowly pulled up to her, using the roof as leverage. I almost read leverage as cleavage. Shane pulled himself up and out of the driver's seat, hopping on his one good leg and coughing as smoke billowed out of the driver's side door. She noticed a moment of tension between Carlos and Shane. A sneer curling... There's like a glare, okay? I can read. A sneer curling Carlos's lip before he stalked back over to a crowd at the other side of the street. Probably because Shane's fuck-up had cost Carlos the win. "Well, hello," she said, taking note of his limp, seeming worse than before. I thought I was going to say limp dick.
What is wrong with you?
This is a sex book, right?
No, it's a romance book, honey. Keep reading.
Sorry. What do you do again? "You're going to be falling asleep on the job tomorrow, aren't you?" "Around you?" he asked. How could any man fall asleep? The Honda was smoking from...
Sorry.
You
Keep
done?
going. Yes.
This is serious, all right? The Honda was smoking from both the engine and the exhaust. Jesus, he had done a number on it. "I'm glad it was you," he said quietly, and flicked his eyes over to where Carlos was now hugging onto his group. "Yeah? You almost knocked me out." "Nah, I knew what I was doing." Charlie shot him a doubtful look until he chuckled, ducking his gaze to his feet. "You think it's an accident that I took out your competition with me?" Guilt gnawed at her belly at the statement. She could win this race no matter what, and she wanted to win it fairly. She didn't need any help. Rig set you up to do that? Is Rig a person?
Rig is a character.
Okay.
He's the president of the car club.
Is that short for rigatoni?
It's short for Carrig.
Carrig, like a coffee maker?
No, not Keurig. Carrig. Carrig. Just keep reading.
I'm adding dramatic flair.
Yes, you are.
A questioning glance passed along his face. "No. Why would he want you to win?" Charlie didn't answer and was interrupted by Michelle clearing her throat pointedly, hanging up from her phone call. "Michelle, this is Shane. He came into the shop earlier today." Michelle eyed him up and down before shaking his hand cautiously. "You're with the HSC. She said simply. It wasn't a question, and Charlie held her breath, awaiting his answer. "Not officially," he grumbled, "but we coexist for now." What does that mean, to coexist? Okay.
HSC stands for Harrison Street Crew, and that's the name of the car club.
Okay. Well, it's okay that I asked that,
Yes,
right?
it is. It's totally fine. I love you.
Michelle snorted out. Wait. Michelle snorted at that. No one coexists with the HSC. Then she shifted her eyes to Charlie, making some kind of point. No one. Remember that. Now, can we get out of here? Charlie dropped her cheek to her shoulder, a whole conversation lying in the subtext of the looks they were sending each other. The uncomfortable silence lasted only a second, and was thankfully mastered by the sounds of car engines and people surrounding Charlie and her Nova. All right. Nova is like the car. It's not a euphemism, right?
Yes,
Okay.
that is her car.
All right. So, Shane said, that sexy little half-smile thing he had perfected, tipping higher towards his eyes. Can I see the engine? She sounds gorgeous. Because that's how men describe cars.
I don't want to hear your little interjections. Just read the book.
Unfortunately for you, I don't let a man under my hood without dinner first. That doesn't mean anything. She didn't quite realize how much the audience was listening until her response elicited some whoops and laughs. Shane nodded, that amused look flashing across his angled features. I can handle dinner. Baby, you can't even handle your Honda's clutch. Oh, that's throwing some shade. Never insult a man's ability to handle his clutch. Oh, Jesus. Wait, did I skip a page? Oh, no. Never insult a man's ability to handle his clutch. He stepped closer, leaning in, passing just over her shoulder with a quiet inhalation. I almost read annihilation. Before changing his gaze to the interior of the Nova. Bet she's a wild ride. But that's the beauty of the Nova, said. She can take you places fast and wild, but she sticks around for a while too. She's good for one ride. She's also good for a lifetime. What the hell was she doing? She didn't want a fucking lifetime with this guy. She was the one who wanted one ride, one night. He pressed his lips together at that, his breathing falling heavy. The moment mirroring in his chest too. Sorry, I gotta block the light. Can't commit to a lifetime without a few test drives. No one but me drives, and unfortunately for you, I don't give just anyone a ride. I'm not just anyone, he replied.
And that's all. That's the excerpt.
All right, and what's the book called?
Ex-Con.
Ex-Con.
It's a serialized erotic romance novel, which I would describe as Sons of Anarchy meets Fast and the Furious.
That's good.
It's available on Amazon and everywhere books are sold.
Nice.
And as you can see from Sean's tattoo, hold up your tattoo, this is where I got the idea from because Sean Gordon Murphy is all about some cars, particularly 70s models. Thank you for giving it a read for me.
Thank you for showing the world how bad of a reader I am.
Yep, anytime.
This is why I do comics. Mostly it's just pictures.
Yes, indeed.